what does it look like to you for a player to have a a productive handle?
Handle to me, people that handle the ball very, very well can move into space. They can move out of space. They can keep their space and they can create space however they see fit at any given time. Any stimulus, this is the response, and it's not really scripted. They're just that comfortable with the hand to ball interaction, their body working in unison as one cohesive unit. Doing that, I think, takes a culmination of block training by yourself just so that you can get the basics and fundamentals down. And then you're actually playing, right? And then having the ability to say, watch other people that you idolize or you may emulate and see what are they doing well that allows them to thrive in this particular position. Like one of the biggest things I like about Kyrie is like he just fights through contact. I've never seen too many guards do that. He's elusive, he's extremely dynamic, but Kyrie hits you, hey, hey, and he gets hit and he doesn't stop. Right. Doesn't stop at all. So I think if you focus on block and then you play to see what actually works and what doesn't work, and okay, like where am I at? Self-assessing and then being able to just watch and soak up information and apply. I think if you do a culmination of those things, you're in a pretty good spot to, to drop people off, if you will.
You said a few really good things there. I love how you mentioned getting in and out of space because that is how we operate on the court by dribbling. We get in and out of space through by dribbling. The ball, our body goes where the ball goes. We can't travel with the ball without dribbling or else it is a travel, right? So the dribbling is our means of navigating. I love how you mentioned that because it makes me want to talk about flow a little bit. Let's talk, float dribbles and gather steps and all. I mean, where does your mind go when you hear things like that when it comes to uh, just the kind of like freedom of movement or the ability of movement for a basketball player when it comes to, handling that ball and navigating through spaces?
Probably the first thing that I'd say has to come to mind when you're talking about floats, you're talking about gathers, you're talking about stutters. Remove the ball first and foremost. Most of the time, if I'm trying to teach flow, and that's even an interesting line within itself because I absolutely believe that flow can be taught. It can be accessed, as you know, through your breath and different breathing methods. But to get to that point, I think you have to be able to just control your emotions. But even before that, I remove the ball so much and just say, all right, we're just going to get in tune with your body, man. Like, so many people get caught up in what the ball is doing. And I'm like, dude, this is an extension of me. I'm just bringing this thing as I'm going to wherever I'd like to. So most of the time, that honestly has just come from like walking everywhere. Like I was one of those kids, and I'm sure you were as well too. I dribbled a basketball every single where I went, even when I'm not moving. If I'm sitting down, I just have to dribble, and that just builds a relationship with the basketball. It becomes a part of you. It's an extension of you. So removing the ball and getting in tune with your body, I think, is the first approach. If you're uncomfortable with your body and putting yourself into awkward positions and being able to say drop or split, drop your hips, keeping your chest up, like it's like yoga, like hot yoga, which I've not done, and we'll get to that in a second. But
You haven't done the hot yoga yet?
bro, we need one here. Like my man Deshaun was telling me about it in Boston. I have not done it yet. I'm actively seeking.
Oh, Jalan, bro. That's bro. Oh my god. Woo! That the sweat, the release, the yeah, bro. Oh, yes, bro. Oh God, please, bro. When you do, if you end up doing it without me for the first time, just make sure you hit me after and testify, bro. Like I never would have known what it meant to be connected to your body until I started doing yoga and learning about fascia. That practice helps you learn what that means. And by doing that as a basketball player, it's unbelievable what happens when you start to build on that connection with your body.
I honestly don't know why it's not celebrated more or talked about more. I see that it's starting to grow every single day, but it's kind of like, why not? You know, why I get angry a little bit, not angry, but sometimes I'm just like, wow, I can't believe I didn't do any of the stuff that I teach now to these kids or even just do for myself as a young adult. Like my only goal in doing yoga and mindfulness and meditation is just so I can be like 60 plus and I'm like, all right, like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing with my kids? Like, I still want to be able to move, man. So it's just funny that having the success and all the things that I've experienced through the game and I didn't do yoga. I took care of my body, but I didn't do yoga. I didn't ice or any of those things. I was big in stretching, but I really didn't do any of those things that I do now.